Probably the late 60s, early 70s, I joined the auxiliary. George had already joined the fire department, and I says, it'd be nice if I can get myself involved, you know.
Well, why did the auxiliary exist? What was its purpose?
To support the fire department, yeah. The ladies auxiliary to the fire department, not of, to. So we supported the fire department, helped them with their utility bills and stuff like that, yeah. And our auxiliary was very active in those years. We would support the fire department, you know, by having bake sales, pie sales, and roast beef dinners and stuff like that. Like I said, we had pie sales. We would go over there and, you know, spend 6 or 7 hours, Kevin, out of our day making pies, you know. We'd take orders, and we would make our apple pies. That was the favorite, you know. Every once in a while, Kenny Ekman and Bob Scranton, they wanted like certain pies, and then we would make it for them, you know. One would say, I want raisin. Okay, we'll give you a raisin pie, you know. The fire department was very active with banquets, dinner banquets, spring banquets. The picture I showed you of your dad and I dancing, that was one of the times. Christmas time, of course, Santa Claus would come. They'd have a get-together up there. Santa Claus would come, and he would bring gifts. And one year, I could remember, they gave 5-pound boxes of candy for every family. 5-pound boxes. Double, you know, double. Kevin, it was just, West Mayfield isn't like that anymore. They had bingos, Kevin. Oh, every week. I was there. Oh, yeah. And we had 2 people, Mabel Ridings and Jean Cox, used to take care of the money in the kitchen. And I took care of the food. We sold hot dogs and candy bars on the side, potato chips and stuff like that. Every week, Kevin. And then that was only one time a week. That was on a Thursday. Well, then they decided to have it twice a week. Tuesday and Thursday. So they started having it in the morning, Tuesday morning, Thursday night. And George says, you know what? He says, I think we better go back to the one time. He says, because what we bring in on Tuesday, we lose on Thursday. You know what I mean? So, and that made sense. They had breakfast. The fire department had breakfast Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. George would go over on a Saturday, and Ronnie Sano, they had to cook up the sausages that they were going to have for the next day. They'd cook them up, and they were all cooked. So then Sunday morning came, they would put them on a grill. You know, and that was nice. They had nice breakfast. And that was pretty active. You know, like I said, 6 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. A few times I went over to help do dishes. The fire department, they would have open house. They would put all their stuff out on big tables in the fire department. And anybody was welcome to come to see what they have, what kind of equipment they use to fight a fire, just different things. And it was nice. It was a little disappointing after a while when they had that. It just wasn't, people didn't come. They didn't come. If one or two came, I mean, they just fell all over you because they wanted you to know what they did, you know. I mean, the fire department was very important to these volunteer firemen. The job could be dangerous. And I can remember when the Miller home down here on 5th Avenue was on fire, and they were fighting that fire. And thank God, nothing more or worse happened. But George had his snorkel on, his mask. And the door came and hit him, knocked the mask off. So he was inhaling all that smoke. And Pickle Roeder, Leslie Roeder, we used to call him Pickles, he called me and he says, Mrs. Wiltrout, we have your husband down here at the hospital. He said, but he's okay. He got overcome by smoke. And he says, they're trying to get all that smoke out, you know. So he said, but he'll be okay and he'll be home shortly. So when he came home, he was sitting in the bathtub, getting cleaned off, you know. And he started coughing, brought up nothing but smoke, you know. So the fire department is very important, but it could be a dangerous job. Yeah. And we have to thank the firemen in the past and the ones that will be firemen in the future. That is very important. Devoted. He was devoted to his job, whatever it was, the fire department, the council, and he, at the end of his days, he worried about the fire department. We're going to lose it. We're going to lose the fire department. He was sick in the hospital bed, and he's worried about the fire department. I said, honey, there's nothing you can do about it now. But they're not devoted like they used to be, Kevin. It's gone. I don't know if you'll ever bring that back.